My name is Nichole Bernier. I'm the author of the novel The Unfinished Work of Elizabeth D., and my one true sentence is from Henry David Thoreau. Do what you love, know your own bone, gnaw it, bury it, unearth it, and gnaw it still. What I love so much about the sentence is that it stresses how important it is to find that thing. Everyone has to find the thing that they love, find that bone. And for me, that bone was always writing. I always felt most myself when I was writing. And when I was young, it was a way for me to process emotions about growing up and moving a lot as a child. Keeping a journal was sort of a lifeline for me. I learned how to become my own best counsel. And as I got older, writing became the one thing that I would do where I would always lose track of time. And once when I was in college, I actually missed a date that I had set to go out to dinner because I was writing and I just lost track of time. So when it came time to picking a job and a career, it was a natural to go into writing and editing. But I went into journalism rather than fiction. I'd never written any fiction before. And coming to fiction was something that was really a true bone once I got onto it, because when you're writing a work of fiction, it takes reworking and reworking and reworking in a way that nonfiction never did, even creative literary nonfiction, because when you get to the end, it's never really the end, it's just the beginning, because you have to go back and do it again and make it better. Gnawing at your work it sounds like a negative thing, but more than anything, I think it's an obsessive thing with trying to make it as good as it can possibly be, making yourself as good as it can possibly be. Very few people can tell you when something's done. We have a large dog, and the word bone means even more to me now, because she has these bones that are like femurs and entire hip joints, and she just works at these things forever until there's nothing left on it. Going from nonfiction to fiction was a very strange step for me. It took me a long time to admit that what I was actually working on was a novel. And that was really the ultimate gnawing of a bone for me, because it was a story that I just couldn't let go. I was very deeply impacted by September 11th. I lost a friend on the first plane going down. She was a young mother. For the next 5 years, my writing just kept moving in a different direction, and it was something that wasn't finding an outlet in journalism. Moving to fiction was very cathartic to me, but once I actually started doing it, I was able to take it completely away from my friend and use the concept as a springboard for something completely fictional and where I wanted to go. It's never a bad thing to go off to by yourself and chew on your bone, whatever that bone is, particularly since I think it's such an important thing to have found what your bone is. There are so many people that never find what they love and what really makes them tick, and I feel so fortunate. I mean, I think that that's kind of the greatest gift, to know what your thing is. I think there's some sort of famous quote that you have to be at something for 10,000 hours before you can really say that you have done that thing to your best ability, or at least begun to enter doing it to your best ability. And that's a whole lot of gnawing.